Hey, welcome back. I do want to send out a quick snippet about A/B testing controlled experiments from none other than Ronnie Kohavi, and definitely go over the book, either digitally or a hard printed copy of Controlled Experiments by Ronnie Kohavi. My favorite go to guide and mentor for anything and everything related to controlled experiments and experimental design. One key component that I thought was very interesting when you're on this journey of understanding all the nuances around A/B testing or any other experimental design is the essence of when to start really experimental design. Let's hear it from none other than the author. I did curate some of this information in the best way possible using NotebookLLM. I think it's going to be very, very helpful for me to look back and revise some of these key understandings, concepts, and nuances. Let's hear it from Ronnie, and I can also guide you through some of the interactive sessions I went through while learning and understanding these nuances at a much, much deeper level. Let's get started.
All right, so today we're going to dive into something that I think is super relevant to, well, pretty much anyone out there building a product or a website.
Yeah.
When's the right time to actually start A/B testing? We always hear about it, but
Yeah.
is there a point where it's too early? And we've got some really interesting insights on this from a discussion on Sandeep Khandavedi's YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. His stuff's always great.
Yeah, it's really insightful.
I think one of the things that's interesting to consider right off the bat is how much the thinking on this has evolved, right? Like you go back a while and it was all about experimentation is cheap, test everything. But, the reality is when you're starting out, especially, you don't have unlimited resources.
You can't just throw spaghetti at the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're going to be focusing on a much more strategic approach today.
I like it.
Not trying to self-market there, but that was a funny comment sent across by NotebookLLM AI podcast members. So thanks for that. But let's dive into the interactive mode and we can talk more regarding this A/B testing nuances.
All right, so today we're going to dive into something that I think is super relevant to, well, pretty much anyone out there building a product or a website. When's the right time to...
Oh, hey, welcome. What's up?
Hey, I'm very excited to join this podcast today. Let's talk more about A/B testing. When is the right time? The million-dollar question, and uncovering that puzzle by Ronnie himself. When is a good time to actually start experimenting?
Well, hello there. So glad you're tuning in and that you're excited about diving into A/B testing with us. It really is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's fantastic to have you join the conversation right at this crucial point. We were just about to get into some really interesting insights from a discussion with Sandeep Khandavedi on exactly that topic. When is the right time to start thinking seriously about A/B testing?
Yeah, it's really insightful stuff. One of the things that's interesting to consider right off the bat, something we were just touching on, is how much the thinking on this has evolved.
That's right. You go back a while and there was this idea that experimentation is cheap, test everything. But the reality is, especially when you're starting out, you don't have unlimited resources.
You can't just throw spaghetti at the wall and hope something sticks.
Exactly. Hey, yeah, what's up?
Hey guys, so is it possible to get the minimum number of users on your platform when you can start A/B testing? And when does the experimentation get really, really cheap? And maybe throw in a couple of examples.
That's a fantastic and very practical question.
Yeah, a really important one for anyone building something.
Well, according to the discussion we were just looking at, with tens of thousands of users, you can start to detect larger effects.
Okay, let's unpack this. So what does larger effects really mean for someone starting out?
It means you'll likely only see statistically significant results if there's a really big difference between your variations. Think something that gives you a noticeable jump.
Right, not those small incremental gains.
Exactly. And in that same conversation, they mentioned that to reliably detect a more modest but still significant 5% improvement, you'd be looking at needing around 200,000 users.
Wow, that's a big jump in user numbers.
It is. Now, when does experimentation get really, really cheap? That's tied to a few things.
Okay, lay it on us.
A big factor is the maturity of your platform. As your infrastructure for running and analyzing tests becomes more sophisticated, the marginal cost per test can get much lower.
Here's where it gets really interesting. So it's not just about having the users.
Precisely. If your platform is well designed, it automates a lot of the work, freeing up your team's time.
So more efficient processes bring down the cost.
Exactly. Real efficiency and ability to test more granular things comes as your user base grows significantly and your platform matures.
I like it, especially for the smaller companies, the startups out there. And this question you brought up, when to dive into A/B testing?
We heard quite a lot of details, but I'm super excited to share this content with you all. You can create your own self-service tool to learn, interact, and engage on a day-to-day basis. You do not have to rely or wait for a good time, for a good partnership. And I think this is groundbreaking because you don't have to waste one more minute or waiting for somebody to help you kickstart. You can kickstart it yourself. And hoping to connect soon on more interesting content and generative AI applications. Talk to you all soon. Thanks.